and welcome to Treasury Notes, a financial education program from the West Virginia State Treasurer's Office. I'm your host, Gina Joins. Along with the daily banking functions of the State Treasurer's Office, Treasurer John Perdue is responsible for overseeing several public programs that serve the people of West Virginia. Programs like the SMART5.29 Education Savings Plan. The Treasurer created the program so people in West Virginia can save for their education goals. But for children who spend the early years of their life in foster care, higher education is often a dream that seems impossible. Statistics about the low college graduation rates for foster children prompted the Treasurer to work with a local nonprofit group to try to make those college dreams a little more attainable. The SMART5.29K Run-Walk is a fundraiser to help children adopted from foster care in West Virginia save for their future education. This year will be the 5th annual SMART5.29K Run-Walk on May 18th. Joining me today to talk more about this event and the children who will benefit from it is Rachel Kinder. She is the director of the Frameworks program here in West Virginia. That is a Mission West Virginia program, and it finds families for children who are waiting in the foster care system. Also joining us today is Alex Todd, whose 3 children are former recipients of the SMART529 Smart Start Award. Rachel and Alex, thank you both for joining me here today.
Thank you.
Appreciate you being here, and I'm excited to talk about this because this is just such a great opportunity for children who've been adopted out of foster care in West Virginia to really find out that college is attainable for them. Rachel, I want to just take a step back though before we get into the race and the SMART529 College Savings Program to talk a little bit about Mission West Virginia and more specifically the Frameworks program, which your program has partnered with this event since the very beginning. Can you start by giving us just a brief overview of your organization and what it entails?
Sure. Mission West Virginia was founded in 1997 by Governor Underwood. We're located in Putnam County, but we provide services across the state. And our 2 main programs are the THINK program, which is teen health and sexual education programs in schools and in different group homes throughout the state. And then my program is Frameworks, and that is recruiting foster parents and recruiting families to adopt from the foster care system.
So you do a lot of really great work out there in the community, and we'll talk a little bit about this partnership with the 529 program in just a bit. But Alex, can you tell us a little bit about how you started on your journey, first as a foster parent and then an adoptive parent, and just talk about your experience with the award?
Yeah, of course. I knew that I'd always wanted to adopt, and that was something my wife and I definitely talked about, and she was on board with it. So when it came time for us to grow our family, we kind of decided that foster care and into adoption would kind of be a good vehicle for that. So we applied, we went through the home study process, and we, opened up our home to a sibling group. We've kind of always felt that siblings should stay together if they get that opportunity. So we put in for a sibling group, and we kind of completed our home study, and we just waited a little bit longer, and then finally one day we got this phone call, and it was like, hey, we've got 3 kids for you if you would take them. And my wife and I talked about it, and we saw a picture of the 2 girls, and I mean, the minute I saw their eyes, I knew these were my kids.
Right.
So we said yes, and 22 hours later we've got balloons flying and streamers strung, and we've got a family of 5 now. That day they walked up, I still remember the oldest, she kind of walks out from behind the caseworker's legs, and she looks at me and she's like, "Are you gonna be my daddy?" And I was like, "Yeah, baby, I will if you want me." And she, yeah, within 3 steps, she was in my arms, and it was great. Now, granted, we went from no kids to 3 kids, so a little turmoil. Foster care was a little rocky, the first week or 2 till we kind of settled in. And then, it just kind of started to smooth its way out, and we knew adoption was what we wanted to do. So we proceeded with adoption, and, it was great. Family came in from out of state for it, and we just really celebrated the day.
That's so fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, had the children been separated before and then brought together, or had they always traveled through the system together?
Yes and no. The 2 girls that traveled through the system together, the boy spent his first couple months in the hospital.
Yeah.
He was going through a detox period, and then they wound up at a different foster care before they came to us.
Such an inspiring story. And then, you found out about the opportunity about the Smart Start Award, which is tied to the 5.29K. That's
Exactly.
all the money raised at the race is then deposited into accounts to establish this award that will go to establish 529 accounts for children adopted out of the foster care system. How did you find out about the award?
I believe my wife actually found it somehow, I think through the Mission West Virginia website. And, the date of our adoption was actually very, very close to the deadline. So we did a mad scramble. I wrote the essay, submitted it through the application process, and, we got selected. But, that goes out to my wife. That was her doing.
And we'll talk about the impact on your family in just a bit. But Rachel, I want to switch gears to you again, just to kind of pull back a little bit. National statistics, we're told, show that about only 3% of children who grow up in foster care go on to obtain a college degree. Why do you think this is such a low percentage? I mean, we can make a lot of assumptions as to why this is such a low percentage. And just how does it affect these children?
There are a couple of reasons that happens, and the first is that nationally and in state there is a shortage of foster homes and families. So when children are first placed, they're often placed out of their school district. So that's a school move. And then there are frequent moves in foster care, and they lose grade levels as they change schools. Only about 50% of foster youth have graduated high school by the age of 18. And the other factor is that, they may not have a caring adult who's there to help them navigate the college application process, financial aid, choosing a school, all of that. So we definitely are working to, get the numbers up for foster youth or former foster youth who go to college and obtain a bachelor's degree.
And you work to get the numbers up for foster families because there is a huge need, I know, in our state. So many children without permanent homes. Thousands here in West Virginia are in the foster care system. Is that right?
Right. We are getting very close to having 7,000 children in foster care in West Virginia.
Wow, those are staggering numbers. With such a high number, I'm sure the need for a foster family is very great. Explain how people can get more information about that.
Well, in West Virginia, there are 11 different private agencies that you can work with to get certified as a foster and or adoptive parent. And we suggest that you start your journey by calling Mission West Virginia. You can call us at 866-CALL-MWV or visit our website and inquire. And we are there to help parents navigate the system, help them choose an agency, and just help them understand the process, which involves applying, going through a training, and going through a home study process with whatever agency they work with.
And, we're specifically talking about foster children then becoming adopted children and planning for their education goals. That's what the SMART 5.29 really wants to emphasize, that there's opportunity for every child to get some type of higher education. Alex, talk a little bit about the age of a child that you've adopted and maybe is in foster care, how that could affect their education goals based on what their status is and what their age is.
Yeah, of course. I think the child's age when they get adopted is probably going to be a big factor in some of their educational goals. Just in the diversity of my three, the eldest, she went through a long period with little direction or little emphasis on education before she came to us. So I would make the assumption out of that a child that is maybe 15 or 16 years old that has lived in a same or similar standard, it's going to be harder for them to achieve an educational goal if that's something that hasn't been instilled in them from a very young age. I think my three children are going to be very blessed in the fact that having come to my family and higher education is a goal of ours. That's going to be something that they will all attain, especially through the help of the Smart Start Awards.
And do you talk to your children about what they want to be when they grow up, obtaining those higher degrees? And do you, I guess my question is, do you focus on education in the home?
We definitely focus on education in the home. Both my wife and I, we met in pharmacy school, so we met getting our doctorates of pharmacy. It's something that we talk mostly with the eldest about right now, as she's going through school and we're doing homework together every night, and I'm trying to work with her and say, we need to take pride in our work. We need to do the best that we always can. But when I come to ask them what they want to do, it's anything from be a pharmacist to be a veterinarian. I think one time she said she wanted to be a firefighter. The younger daughter wants to be a dancer at some point. And,
of course.
That's fine. I will
great.
go with any goal. I will help get them there.
That's fantastic. Well, you're such an inspiring story, and Alex, there's so many more questions I have for you, and I want to talk a lot more about the SMART 5.29K race and just the opportunity to raise money for families just like yours to establish 529 accounts for their children. And we're excited about this opportunity. We want to talk a lot more about it, but right now we are going to take a quick break. When we come back, as I said, we'll learn more about the upcoming SMART 5.29K race, how you can register, and how you can help even if you can't make it to the 5K. Stay with us. We're going to be right back.
Babies are expensive. Formula, diapers, daycare. That's just the first year. Oh, wish you could start saving for college now? The Piggy Bank Fairy is granting wishes of college savings to new parents by contributing $100 when you open a SMART 529 account.
Enroll in West Virginia's SMART 529 Bright Babies program before your grandchild's first birthday or Gotcha Day, and SMART 529 will contribute $100 into your SMART 529 college savings account.
Wishes do come true. Register in the first year, so when they sit up, it's time to sign up.
To learn about SMART 529, its investment objectives, risks, and costs, read the official statement available from smart529.com. Check with your home state to learn if it offers tax or other benefits for investing in its own 529 plan.
Welcome back to Treasury Notes. I'm your host, Gina Joins. Today I'm talking with Rachel Kinder, the Frameworks Director for Mission West Virginia. Also on the show today is Alex Todd, a foster parent, an adoptive parent, and an advocate for foster families in West Virginia. And we're talking today about the SMART 5.29K Run-Walk. That's an event sponsored by the Treasurer's Office to raise money to establish college savings plans for children who are adopted from foster care in West Virginia. And again, I want to thank you both for being with us today. We're going to talk a little bit more about the race right now, which is really why we're here. The SMART 5.29K, it raises money for children who have been adopted out of the foster care system in West Virginia, and it is indeed a 5.29K, so it's a little something extra for any runner out there. And we have a lot of walkers. We encourage walkers to come out as well. Rachel, you've been to the race before. You've been with us since the beginning of this event. Talk about your experience being out at this event, what kind of day it is like, and how the event goes, and what people should expect.
It's a really fun event. This will be the second year that we have the Children's Fun Run, so that'll be the first event at 8:45, and I'm bringing my 3- and 4-year-old because they had lots of fun last year doing a quick race. And then at 9, we have the racers and the walkers. Then we have a great award ceremony with Treasurer Perdue, and at the same time we have lots of family and kid activities like face painting and snacks and other things set up further in the ballpark so that it can really be a fun day for everyone in the family.
And it's supposed to be a family-friendly event, and I think it's really, especially in the last few years, it's been designed that way where, as you said, there's more than just the race going on.
Right, and we have our partner foster care and adoption agencies and other partner agencies who will be there so they can talk to anyone that's interested in foster care and adoption, and then again they'll have all of those activities and snacks and different things to keep the kids involved.
Remind us who some of those partners are. Who are some of those partners who are really participating in the race this year and helping to partner with the organizations to make it a success?
Well, we have a good handful of foster care and adoption agencies like Brayley and Thompson, Children's Home Society, NECO. Help me out
here.
Presley
Ridge. We have quite a few of them that have come on board to really make this day a wonderful event. And Alex, you and your family, you will be at the race this year, so people can come up and talk to you about your experience and get some insight if they're interested in going the foster care, possibly foster care adoption route. I think you'd be a great resource for them. What are you looking most forward to this year at the race?
Honestly, to say thank you. That is the number one thing that I'm looking forward to. Having been a recipient, I want the chance to thank the participants for their time and for their efforts in such a great cause. This is my chance to, in a way, give back by participating this year. But, most importantly for me, I want to thank the individuals that do participate, because it's their efforts that actually make this program as great as it is.
And that's why we're doing today's show. We want people to participate. We want to get walkers and runners and everyone. It's a family event, so we want people to come out. Rachel, you said earlier kids 17 and under can participate in the 5.29K for free. Anyone over 17, that costs to register for the race is just $30, and you can go online to wvtreasury.com and get a link to the race registration. It will be $35 the morning of the race, but almost the entire race money goes directly toward that cause, right?
Right. All registration costs minus the $3 race fee will go directly into SMART5.29 accounts.
And then some people may be interested in helping out even if they are not able to participate in the race. How can those people help out?
They can go online to the website and make a donation directly through the website.
So it's a very simple process.
Yes.
You can do it. You can create a team if you want to. I know some families are doing that. There's also a pre-race event, packet pickup the day before the race. That's usually a lot of fun. This is on May 17th. Tell us a little bit about this. This is at Capitol Market every year.
Right, that's always my favorite part. Is it's the day before. People can come pick up their packets and their T-shirts. There's free ice cream, and there will be agencies there to talk about foster care adoption, and families can also pick up an application to apply for the award that day.
And free Ellen's ice cream,
Yes,
which
Ellen's
I think is
ice
important
cream.
to know for anyone who lives in the Charleston area. Rachel, this is so much more than just a 5.29K or a 5K, going just the extra distance. That's the motto, right? Because it's truly a family event. As we said, a lot of kids will be there. A lot of kids' activities will be available. This starts at Appalachian Power Park on the third base entrance. Can you tell us just a little bit about the race itself and what people should expect that day?
We've so far had really good weather every year, and the registration is right there at the third base, and the race starts right after the fun run. It's just over a 5K, so it doesn't take very long. There's a great award ceremony with really fun medals that I know people get excited about receiving.
Right.
And
it's just a fun day.
It's a fun
day.
day.
And your family will be there, or is anyone participating in any of the race portions of the day?
I'm thinking that we'll all probably participate together as a family.
Yeah.
Again, I think it's kind of important as a family to go through this. So I'm sure we might have a stroller in tow for the youngest. And if I have the middle over my shoulders, in a piggyback style, that'll be fine too. We'll all make it together.
And we all have young children, so I know my son is looking forward to the Kids Fun Run, which starts right before the race at 8:45. I think your children are looking forward to that as well, correct?
Oh, yes.
Now, I do want to make mention to all of our viewers out there that if you want to participate in the race, or if your kids want to participate in the Kids Fun Run, please go online and sign up. Go to wvtreasury.com, find a link to the race page, and sign the kids up. Even though it's free, we do want people to register so that there will be enough materials and awards for all the participants. And it's going to be a race to the finish line. I'm kind of excited to see how they do that day. Rachel, Mission West Virginia is one of several organizations, we talked about that are really participating and partnering with the State Treasurer's Office to do the 5.29K. Can you just reiterate all the different partners and all the different entities that are helping out to make this day such a success?
Sure. We have 5 of the foster care and adoption agencies that are partners with the race, and that is Braley and Thompson, Children's Home Society, KVC, NECO, and Presley Ridge. And those are all foster care adoption agencies that families can work with.
And we keep talking about the race, but I want to reiterate to everyone that it is on Saturday, May 18th at Appalachian Power Park in Charleston at the third baseline. That's where the race starts, and it will wind through the east end of Charleston, and we want just families to come out. Alex, we know that future education is so important, and we've talked about how much money this has raised for families like yours. The number I have is at $57,000 in SMART 529 college savings plans that's how much money has been raised and been put into the college savings plans for children who've been adopted out of the foster care system. That number has to be a great thing to hear for you.
That number is fantastic. That number represents a lot of people putting in a lot of hours and a lot of people participating in this event.
And you have 3 children who were recipients of the award last year, and it's called the Smart Start Award. Can you tell us a little bit about the application process? Because there will be applications available on May 18th, and we want people to know that if they are a foster family or an adoptive family or potentially have loved ones who are in that situation, that they can come out, get an application on race day, and start the process.
Yeah. The application process for us was very, very simple. We didn't have very much time between the adoption date and the date that the application was due, but we just had to write an essay for the family. I think if you're adopting one child, you write an essay. If you're adopting multiple, it's still one essay per family, which was nice. And then, there's a short application, and we just kind of submitted it by the deadline and waited to hear back.
And Rachel, that is a change this year, that the application will be available right away on race day. So definitely a great opportunity for families.
Right, and it'll go live on our website that same day, or you can come to the packet pickup of the race and pick up an application that day.
So great opportunity for people. And once the recipients are selected, then there will be an award banquet for the winners. Tell us a little bit about this event, because this is one of my favorite events every year.
That event is so much fun. It is at the Clay Center, and the families and kids come, and there's a luncheon, and the awards are presented by Treasurer Perdue, and the child gets a photo op with the treasurer. And then there are activities for the kids, like Build-A-Bear, and activities throughout the Clay Center. There's also an ice cream bar that's always popular. It's just a really fun day for kids and families, and a great day to just be in a room with a lot of families that care about their kids' education and their kids' futures.
Alex, you and your family were there last year. Talk about that experience and what the award ceremony was like for you and for your family and your children, and how they reacted.
Yeah, the award ceremony was fantastic. The Clay Center is always a treat. My kids, once we let loose on that and they got to go wherever they wanted, they were thrilled. The Build-A-Bear was a huge hit, especially for my 2 oldest ones. I personally liked the ice cream bar, but that probably unfortunately shows too much. But it was really neat because in this nice formal event, you get to meet, Treasurer Perdue, and he did do a photo op with the kids and a photo op with the family, and there's just a very personal connection. He told his story as well, and that really kind of set it home and made it personal.
Yeah, it really is a great event for all the families involved, I think, every year. As I said, $57,000 in 529 accounts, 48 children through the Smart Start Award we have helped to make a difference in their lives. And that's something you have to be pretty proud of in your organization, Rachel.
We really are. Those are 48 kids that not only got that initial award, but during all of this time have been adding to their account, hopefully, and saving for their educations.
And remind us how businesses and individuals can support this cause, because I think that's important. A lot of people listening out there may want to participate in some way.
Sure. They can donate through the website, they can be a sponsor of the race, or they can be a participant, either kids participating in the race or adults registering and racing or walking.
And information's going out about the race. I know we have it up on our website, again, wvtreasury.com. There's a link on our website. And I know you have the application will be on your website soon, and more information if you want to give your website out as well.
That's missionwv.org.
And just if people have questions about foster care in general, adoption in general, as we said earlier in the show, there's just such a need in this space right now here in West Virginia. So many children are in search of their forever home and in need of a loving family to help them through their youth. What can people do if they want to find out more about that?
You're right. There's a huge need for foster families. They can go to our website and fill out an inquiry form right there, or they can call 866, call MWV. I have one coworker who is dedicated to answering the phone 40 hours a week. Sometimes she works evenings just to talk to families and educate them about foster care and adoption and how they can get certified.
And it sometimes can be a complicated process, which I think sometimes scares people. But from your perspective, Alex, is it a scary thing to go through? I know so many families say it's an emotional thing to go through.
It's definitely emotional. I don't think it's really scary. You realize that you want to grow your family, and you realize that there's kids in need. And once those two things click, then you just kind of start, you get an itemized list and you start checking off the boxes of things that you have to get done. Because the greater picture is always at the end, and that is bringing kids into your home.
And that experience for you, I know just what you were saying earlier, has been life-changing, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's one of the most rewarding things I've ever done with my life, for sure.
Yeah, wonderful to go from a family of 2 to a family of 5. You were telling me earlier off camera that was quite an experience for you and your wife, and so some coworkers were asking you about having more than one child.
Yeah, the story was they were asking what it was like to have that third child, to go from 2 to 3, and I said, well, I don't know. She goes, what do you mean you don't know? I thought you had 3 kids. And I was like, well, I don't know. I didn't go from 2 to 3. I went from 0 to 3. But, it was a big change for us. We quickly had to do new vehicle shopping, and, instantaneously we had already outgrown our house, so we had to kind of start house shopping as well, but completely rewarding. In fact, actually, I think we just re-upped to keep our home open for future possibilities.
That's fantastic. Well, that's what the SMART5.29K Run-Walk is all about. That's what the Smart Start Awards were established for. Rachel, we just have a few minutes left, but I want to just get out the details about the race again so that we can get more people to register and get more people involved with this cause. If you could give out the race date and location and information, that would be great.
Right, the race is Saturday, May 18th. The race will start at 9 a.m. There's registration online, and what else am I not thinking about?
People need to register now.
Yes.
We need people to go online and register right now. Again, you can go to wvtreasury.com, click on the race information, SMART5.29K Run-Walk, register today. Registration is only $30 if you register today. Children 17 and under can register for the entire race for free. There's also a kids fun run that you can register for. That is free as well for children 12 and under. So it's just a great day for the family. Both of you are going to have your families out there, and it's going to be a lot of fun activities for all the kids. Rachel, thanks for everything you do with Mission West Virginia and the Frameworks program. And once again, I just want you to give out your information for the program so that people know where to go.
Well, we are so appreciative to be a part of this, and our website is www.missionwv.org, and we can be reached at 866-CALL-MWV.
All right. And again, May 18th, join us that Saturday for the Smart 5.29K Run-Walk. Go to wvtreasury.com for more information. That's all the time we have. Thanks for joining us. Remember, you can always get the latest news and information from the State Treasurer's Office. Follow us on Facebook. A lot of updates there. We're on Twitter and, of course, on our website. Keeping you informed on the Library Television Network, I'm Gina Joins with the West Virginia State Treasurer's Office.